Well, today's episode is about friendships and strong circles and softer boundaries.
Okay. Strong circles and boundaries. That's necessary.
Softer boundaries.
Softer boundaries. Huh.
Because it's the only way that you're going to be able to keep friends around.
Can you please elaborate?
So, the boundaries of a friendship, of what you would consider something that maybe you might not like or you would be upset with, is not set in stone because you understand that everyone's different. And unless it's something that hurt you, unless it's something that is demeaning, unless it's something that's toxic, unless it's something that really um, makes you sad, and if it's just something that you didn't particularly like, it's a soft boundary because
You're not going to end the friendship because of
correct.
it.
Correct. Maybe when you're like a teenager or a preteen, you would, because you're highly emotional and you'd be like, I can't believe she did that. But now you're able to see people for who they are, and everybody is just trying to struggle through life. And you can't take those things seriously. Like if somebody said something, if somebody doesn't agree with you, right? Are you really going to end a friendship because somebody doesn't agree with you? I mean, unless it's something really crazy. But even then, I don't know.
Right now, the only I have very soft boundaries, right? Very soft. And my first thought was like we're so desperate for connection and
Mhm.
friendship that we're just like letting everything go, which you're saying that's not everything. But my only hard boundary now is if your child does something negative to my child and we can't work it out and we're like on not on the same page. I'm like, yeah, like I'm not gonna be friends with you and your child friends with my child.
Yes, but what
Hard
about
boundary.
friends that are not
But I
who's
like soft boundaries. Like it makes sense. It's good.
yeah, I think so because it's the only way that you're able to keep a friendship, because everybody has some sort of things that you're going to disagree with them on, or some certain issues that you're going to deal with. And if you're going to let all of them affect your friendship, it's just, first of all, it's going to bring you down.
Of course. And we're all flawed. We all do things that are unsavory, perhaps. And you're right, unless you're like, go F yourself, aggressive, toxic, all those things, the hard nose, you just have to kind of look at people through rose colored glasses.
I think so. Or maybe, well, is it really is it really rose colored though? I just think it's, if anything, they're colored for your benefit.
I 100% agree with you. And it's not even something that, like, oh, on paper, it's real life. Like, you just look at examples and everyone's unique and different, especially 40 plus, and you just gotta like, cool. I like talking to you about other things and not this thing.
Right, right.
Through life, like you were saying, the soft boundaries when you're 20, you kind of just like break up and you find another friend, and it's a
Mhm.
little bit harder now in your 40s, you know? And so let's talk about the type of friends you do need in your 40s. Do you have any particular qualifications, if you will, for a new friend?
Yes, someone that is real.
Makes sense.
I can't. I need someone that's going to talk about the bullshit of life.
And
Uh,
be
sure.
honest.
Yes, that doesn't mean that I want a Debbie Downer, because if you're constantly talking about it, but I also want someone that's going to be honest. And yeah, like, this kind of sucked, but this was great. Just someone that is, I think, emotionally intelligent and is a girl's girl, like a girl's girl.
Girl's girl is such a good friend.
Yeah,
They are
someone that's going to bring you up, someone that's going to support you, someone that's, if they're going to talk shit, you're going to both talk shit together.
right.
She's not
Like
going to
you're
talk
not the
shit
one
about
she's gonna
you.
be talking shit about.
Correct.
Hmm.
Correct. That's the only way, because as you get older, you realize that the greatest thing that you have is time. That is the true luxury, is time. And you don't have much. Unfortunately, the older we get, we have less time. So I want to pick and choose the people that are around me, and those that I
Most
give my
definitely.
attention to, and those that I give my girl's girl energy to.
Right, right, right. And so where do you find these women?
Oh, I don't know.
Where are these unicorns?
Unicorns. I mean, I don't know. Like I used to, I met some of them I met at work, some of them I met through school, some of them through community.
No, I mean, I feel you. I think it's hard making true authentic friends in your 40s. I think it's challenging to find somebody. I don't think it's impossible, but to become a friend and where you're like a friend, you can't compare 20-year friendship, but like that bond, like, oh, I found a new best friend in Florida. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you can't compare that. That's different.
But
It's
people make best friends. I'm not saying no, like this is not woe is me. I'm surrounded
no,
by
no,
a
no.
lot of
I
great
understand.
women,
I
but
understand.
I'm just speaking for the other side that it's hard to connect to people that like see your soul and are like the same.
I don't
You
think.
know what I
I don't
mean?
know. I don't know. I feel like if I was under different circumstances, I have one friend that I love that we would definitely spend more time with and hang out more with, but just circumstances.
Yes, being a mom and working and business owning is a very big circumstance and distance when your bestie lives far away. But even I feel like even if we lived next to our besties, right, like in the same state, it would still be just as challenging to like meet up. Like people have kids and jobs and husbands and families, and it's never going to be like it was in the 20s. So solve the boundary, you know?
I think that with your bestie, you already have the relationship that you've already gone through it. You don't need to put in the time to get to that point because you're already there. So now you don't have to talk every day, but whenever you do talk, you can just go straight into it. With someone new that you meet, you have to give a little bit of time to get to that point.
Oh no,
And
no, of course.
this is where it's hard because you have the outside circumstance. That doesn't mean you can't do it. If you really want to, you could.
Yeah, it takes a lot of effort to like
That's really what
form
it
a
is.
new friendship.
Everything is effort.
But sometimes you meet another girl and you just hate the same other girl and you bond and you talk shit together and it's instant, right? And that's a beautiful bond.
You
When you're
see?
talking shit together about that other person or that other thing, like, well, you said it first.
Yeah, toxicity. You see? We're not always toxic positive.
Sometimes we just show our true colors.
Sometimes we're just toxic. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you have the women that if you have hobbies or if you do anything, you meet those, and then dog moms.
Yes. I'm in a book club, so once a month I go to a group of women and we chat and there's an opportunity to form deeper bonds in that circle of group, like that
There you
group.
go.
Um
And you already have the basis there because you were into the same things.
yeah. So, maybe at this stage as you're meeting other moms and you're hanging out primarily with the friends of your kids.
Yeah.
Like and you're forming and hopefully you like those moms
Well, right now, because my daughter is so young, I pick and choose who she hangs out with.
as you should. Like,
Yeah.
same, that's what I said. The only hard no was, like, the mom I liked her, but it just didn't work out. This it was not simpatico with my
Hmm.
child, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, and I'm like, "You're great, but, like, I just don't have time for this."
Right now, when I can choose who she hangs out with, I'm going to choose good kids, good parents. I won't have this when she's going to get older and she's going to make her own decisions. So for right now, while I still have the power, then that's what we do. But I don't care how the parents are, meaning like I don't have to be friends with the parents.
Right.
I care how the parents parent.
Makes
So
sense.
some of them we have nothing in common with at all. But I like how they parent. I like the kid, and she hangs out with the kid.
Cool. Do you ever hang out with the mom?
Yes,
Okay.
but I'm
So
able to talk to anybody. It doesn't matter. So it's just
Right? You're choosing. I've approved you to be my friend. I've approved you to hang out with me. No, I love that. I love
but
that.
but I don't know if we'd call friends.
Like
Acquaintances,
acquaintances, yeah.
yes, yes. Different from a friend. And it's interesting, I think, with the technology and the internet is where now some friends I talk to every day, some friends I don't, but I don't feel any difference in my connection to them,
Correct.
which is crazy, right? And talking about our girl group, now everybody lives all over the place. Everybody's on the East Coast, at least. Um, and we don't see each other as often, and we didn't even see each other that often when we were here, but yet,
But it felt like we did.
yeah, I guess. But there's still that level of connection between all of us.
Definitely. I feel like no time has passed,
Yes,
like at all, when I
yeah,
see people.
yes. And can I tell you, we've all had soft boundaries throughout from the beginning of the friend of the all of our relationships. If you
Yes.
think about it.
Yes, I definitely see that. For instance, I should have been broken up with many times. Like, you know, people.
Maybe that's the key. I wonder if that. Yeah, I wonder if we hit upon something, and like that's like the key with, I don't know, marriages.
No, definitely deaf, dumb, and blind. That's how you go. Like, I didn't see that. I didn't hear that. Everything is great. Don't listen to me, but it is. It is. You have to always focus on the positive.
Right.
Your perception and your mindset is your reality.
Mm-hmm.
And the same applies for friends. You know, like outside of like, oh, I always make effort for this friendship. Why isn't that person? Like sometimes you have to be like, it's a one-sided friendship, right? But if two people are making an effort, but like sometimes each person sucks and does like some, you know, and you're like, I'm sorry, it's okay. I'm sorry, it's okay. I'm sorry. Like you take ping pong of sorries.
Mm-hmm. What is the point, like for friendships, right? What what do you get out of a friendship? What is the point of a friendship? Because there's so many different kinds of friendships.
It's not to die of loneliness.
Isn't that what you get a dog and a husband for?
Yeah, but the dog doesn't talk back to you. But like some people feel dogs are their best friends because people suck so hard,
Mm-hmm.
right? And dogs do fulfill a need in
Mm-hmm.
the soul.
Yes.
Dogs and cats and animals, for
100%.
sure.
100%.
But you can't bring a dog to the restaurant with you. And sometimes you just need to go have dinner with another person. Maybe that's like we've been socialized for that type of behavior. But like dinners, you see people like talking friendships. Like it's innate because
Yes.
I've seen across the board when three people are friends and two people make plans and leave out the third, feelings are hurt, right? And
Yes.
I've seen it in my daughter, and she said, it hurts my feelings. They're leaving me out. It's the
Mm-hmm.
first thing I would think of if I have three friends and two of them went to drinks and I was
Right.
left out.
Right.
I'd be like, oh, why?
Of course.
You know, and if they're like, oh, like we went after, and they go, like, for instance, my neighborhood friends, they go to the same school. And if
Mm-hmm.
they went for drinks after a school performance, that's just something that they did. Do they have to call me? But it's the
Mm.
first thought that I would have had. I'm like, oh, I was not invited. So I think it's like,
But is the friendship the three of you, or is the friendship them, the two of them, and then
no, like in general, there were just like all friends, but obviously they see each other at school more, right?
right?
And I'm just saying, like, I love them both. I don't, we don't
Sure,
go to the same
sure. No,
school,
I
like, I don't
understand.
care. But you build a stronger bond. Even you build a stronger bond where like I was in kindergarten and two moms both had sons. Like the daughters went to the class, Valentina went, and they
Mm-hmm.
walked to drop off their sons. During that time, they built a bond, which makes sense. Like they literally have like,
Effort.
you know, that's like easy effort because you want to talk to that mom who has a kid your same age going to the same class. Like you have a lot in common.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's it, having things in common. Duh. It would have been on the list, but we came to it naturally, organically.
Um, is it time for shimmy?
Okay.
I think. I think.
I need to release the energy. Can we use our fingers too?
Fingers? What you want to?
Like
Yeah.
connection. We're all seeking connection, and people connect over things they have in common.
Yes. But if we're all seeking connection, and we just talked about how there are some friends that you barely talk to, but you still feel that connection to them. How does that work?
Like you're still connected, but like I feel like we need a daily connection. We need like every day. So I might not talk to Val for 2 weeks, which is crazy time.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks is a long time. But during that time, I'm still connecting with other people.
Mm-hmm.
I do like my neighbors. I do like my walking crew. They are my friends. Um so I'm still connected to Val, although I'm like, are we mad at each other? 2 weeks is a long time. Like we're still connected, but I'm still connecting with other people. But if
Yeah,
I
but
was in a room by myself in solitary, if I had no other friends and I didn't talk to Val, I'd go loony bins. I'd be sad.
yes, but I think with her in particular, you have a routine, and that routine is you talk often. So if you don't talk for 2 weeks, it's outside of your normal routine. Something is off.
But like we
Was
still have a group chat. That's what I'm
right,
saying. If I don't talk to her, I see her in the chat. If I don't talk
right.
to you, the chat is always going. The
That's
chat
right.
is always there.
That's right.
But if I didn't have a chat, there would be a giant hole in my heart. It would
Yes.
feel like my arm was amputated,
Mm.
and so were my toes. Like, do you know how much we need thumbs? Both of my thumbs would be removed. That's what I would feel like without our group chat.
And you need the thumbs,
You
yeah.
need the
But only
thumbs.
now. I feel that you need the thumbs before the phone.
Like, if
That's really
exactly.
boring. What is it called? Penguin something? Penguin rock throwing? Penguin, what was it?
Oh, in the penguin species, males present smooth pebbles to females during courtship, which are used to build nests and signify mutual commitment.
So somebody wrote that sending random memes and random videos to your friends is like pebbles,
Pebbling,
is like pebbling in the friendship, which I thought was so cute
that is cute.
because you're thinking of them, you thought of them enough to want to send that to them.
Yeah, it is a love language.
Isn't that cute?
That is very cute.
So pebbling is the what's
Pebbling,
called.
yeah.
So we learned everyone. We learned a
Just
new
gestures of affection
gestures of affection. That's right. And in the modern age, those gestures of affection are random thoughts and random messages
and memes.
of entertainment. Yeah,
That's cute. I
isn't
love
that cute?
that.
I didn't realize I do that all the time with my friends, or the ones that I don't speak to often, but the ones that I think about. Like, there's one that well, that's all we do is we just send each other memes.
I think it's amazing because you thought of that person.
That's really what it comes down to. You thought of
Yeah.
them. You thought of them enough to send them something that you thought they would find entertaining.
Yeah. Now, what happens if you send somebody you think is a friend a meme and they ignore it? Is that a soft boundary? What if they ignore all of your memes? Hard boundary or soft boundary?
Every meme.
Every meme.
Well, that's on you to why you keep sending it to them if they're ignoring it.
Hard boundary, I hear. At some point, you're
No,
gonna just like
no,
stop sending them memes.
I no, I think it that's on you. You should know better. You should know what the relationship was like.
So you're saying that not all relationships are meme-lationships.
Correct.
And what signifies who's the first person to make that move to like alert the other person that they are open to memes?
You do it. Why? When
But
it's a
like if they
modern.
don't respond, you're like just dejected. Like no more memes for
If
you.
they don't respond, yeah, if they don't respond, then it doesn't mean that relationship is over. It's just soft boundary.
I'm imagining a sad little penguin who's who
Trying to pebble.
so the first person has to make the scary move to pebble, and then you see if the person has responded, and if they did, hooray, you have a meme relationship. I love it.
I think it's super great.
I
All right.
agree. I think all relationships should involve memes, but whatever, nobody's perfect.
I do have to say the one big thing, I think the biggest change for after 40 with friendships is it requires planning. Seeing each other requires planning
Fact. Yep, true.
because you can't just wake up and just be like, hey, what are you doing? I'm out in the city. I got nothing to do.
That was
Remember
on the
the flight?
list. The last minute yes girl. There's
Mm.
none that I know of.
Sometimes it depends. I'm not. I am a maybe.
I'm a definitely no. Please give me 2 weeks. But
I think most are, but I'm a maybe, depending on what's happening. If truly nothing is happening, then I consider it.
yeah, depends on how much I want to go. Yes, I also wanted to say because friendship is so hard in your 40s, the perception might be like if somebody's slow to respond, if they keep canceling, that it could be like, oh, they don't want to be my friend. But people are super duper busy. And I always read on Reddit actually. I thought they were my friend and I plan my 40th birthday and like nobody shows up. And that's how I learned that I'm the backup friend because the following week they all went out with each other.
But see, this is where, like, how do you not feel that? Do you really not? Are you not so self in tune that you don't realize this?
I mean, I agree with you. Like I get that, but maybe some people are not.
So that's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be on the friend. It should be on you to assess the situation and understand where do we stand? What is our friendship like? And it's horrible. It makes me very sad that that happens. Somebody would
Like
throw a party and nobody would come, but also,
because that's like social skills. And now that I know about like neurodivergency, social skills are kind of like not obvious for all people. So that's one thing. But she didn't like say, "Oh, I'm on like." She didn't like describe herself where she didn't understand. She seems like a regular person.
I mean, it's also, if you're throwing a party, you are throwing a party not just for yourself, you're really throwing a party for others. So, what kind of a party is it? Is it a party that others are going to want to go to?
Yeah, but your friend should come to your party even if it sucks.
But I'm saying in her, correct, but I'm saying in her case or whoever, clearly they weren't that good of a friends to begin with.
Yeah, it
That's
didn't seem like they were good friends and like I feel like it was not the first time. And when I read things like, "Oh, my friend," I read a lot about on Reddit like, "Oh, my friend asked me to be the maid of honor and I showed up super early and I was like doing everything for her and at her party, but then I wasn't even invited to the wedding or something
what?
crazy drastic like that." Like friends who are used so many like, "Oh, she asked me to do this and I like drove 5 hours, but when I needed her to do this for me, she was nowhere to be seen." And I'm like, you drove 5 hours for someone else
I mean,
that
that's
has proven to you that she's not good?
exactly, exactly. It can't be one sided. You both have to. You can't expect others to put in the same thing that you do into relationships. And I think this is where a lot of people fall short.
Within
Because,
themselves of
yes, because,
understanding that.
yes, correct. Because you are like, I'm doing all of this. Look at everything that I'm doing. And then others are not receptive. Others are not doing the same. But everyone's on their own journey, and not everyone is going to give 100% or go completely out of the way like you do. And I think that is also when a lot of people, both in relationships and friendships, where they suffer because you're constantly being like, well, I did this, I'm doing this, and why can't they do this? And of course, they're all going to fail you because you expect you expect so much from them. Expect the worst, but hope for the best. Where you should know where they are, how much energy and how much they're going to give to your relationship.
Yeah, that's I think millions of conversations across the globe have been about this. And one party not understanding how another party simply did what they did, like, because it's not what you would do.
Yeah.
So you're right about that. What advice would you give to a person who does too much and people like, because you can't control other people, you can't make other people do more no
Yes.
matter what you think,
Yes.
right? It doesn't matter what you think. How would you say, if I came to you like, hey girl, like I just like keep showing up and I'm just feeling sad because people are not showing up for me,
Mhm.
what should I do?
Redirect your showing up to something else that's going to benefit you.
Yeah, towards
Start
myself.
start showing up for yourself, because I'm not going to ask you to stop showing up, because that's a part of you, and we don't want to diminish your light,
Yep.
right? So if
Hmm.
that's your light and you love to show up, then you should. But you should refocus and start showing up for yourself, because those people are not going to do that for you. And also reconsider how strong your bond is that those people are not showing up. But when you say they're not showing up, what does that mean? Are they not showing up in your way, or are they not showing up at all? For me, with just with everything that's happening, there's a million things in my mind. So sometimes I forget little things. Sometimes I forget events or plans or whatnot. But if you're going to call me and you're going to say, Dasha, I need you, I'm running out the door, driving wherever you need me to.
Right.
So,
That's the stage of this life. Do you have any tips for people where they can find new friends, new people to connect with?
yes, get a dog and go to the dog park. It's the best. My
Adopt a dog.
Yes, yes, Zeus was when I when me and my ex broke up. I was very lonely. I was older. All of my friends already were in serious relationships, kids. It was just me, and he gave me something to do. And uh, I had to walk him, I had to feed him, and he was just always around. And he got me through that hump. So it was really incredible. And obviously, you make friends. I made a friend at the dog park. I think that's the most easiest thing for anyone that feels lonely or that is trying to meet new people. The most simplest way.
The simplest, right?
Yeah,
Zeus
expensive.
was a good boy. Expensive. It is expensive. Oh
You
my,
gotta feed them good food. Like you gotta take them to the vet. Like yeah,
a very expensive way to make a new friend.
yeah.
But Zeus was your friend, and the human was bonus,
Yes, yes.
right? The human was bonus.
The human was bonus.
Okay.
Um, I would like to say that um, the most important, besides being a girl's girl, is you don't compete, you collaborate.
I love that. Do not compete, collaborate.
You can't have a true, authentic friendship with someone that you're competing. You just can't.
I agree.
Two against the world. That's really what it is. You two girls are
Get
bonding together, and it's you, and you bond over whatever bullshit
right.
nonsense that's happening in the world.
I would say the other way to make friends is to join a book club at your local library or bookstore because
Much cheaper.
much cheaper, especially at the library. Because or Facebook, I shared with you that thing, that post where the girl's like, I'm new to this city. I'm so and so. It was like a dating profile for friendship. She was a little young for me, but she was wonderful. And so many people commented, like, I love this. She's like, I'm going to a bar class on this date here. Whoever would like to come and maybe get coffee afterwards.
With you.
Amazing.
Good for her for doing that.
I agree. I agree because a lot of other women were like very like exclamation mark, like I was happy
Yes,
just reading it. I was like, "Oh my
yes.
god, I hope you girls get together. Yay.
Whoa, you should
Girlhood."
follow and see. You should follow and see what happened.
I should.
Making friends is really not that hard if you know the kind of friend you want to make, because then you're able to see whoever you meet if they fit the criteria or if they do not.
Right. Effort.
It's effort and being true to yourself, knowing what you bring and knowing what you want the friends to bring. And what they should bring is positivity, collaboration, and the vibe to make you feel like you belong.
I love that from your brain. Amazing work, Dasha. Good job.
Till next week.
Till next week.